because you don't have to tell where I am, because in a highway you will not know where you are. You will find it difficult to explain where you are. No, you will know that you are a problem and you will be in a panic situation. So it will automatically know from the yellow box that where you are situated.
Okay, we'll move to the next topic.
Yes, please.
Kanban. So it is talks about the two flows. One is the push and another is the pull method. Let us see what is the push method. A method in which the production of the item begins in advance of customer needs. Example, it is the buffet where the food is prepared in advance. So that is called as the push method. And pull method is which customer demand activates production of the service or item. For push method example will be the bakery shop, and the pull method example will be the manufacturing sectors. So once we receive the order from the customer, we able to produce, then only we have to produce the component. That is the pull method. So lean system uses the pull method of workflow. So if you go for the pull method, then only we able to reduce the inventory, then we are able to arrest the over processing. So many benefits are there if you go for the pull method. MRP. So
problem, sir. No, there is a problem. Is not there a problem that when there is a demand and there is no resources, then how will we manage that? The pull system. The pull system, an order comes. Now I have to be ready with the resources then. If I don't have the resources, the pull system will not work, no?
We have forecasting planning.
Yeah, forecasting is definitely very good participant. I think you seem to be having more knowledge than me. Thank you. Yeah, forecasting is required in all these things, all items, all systems will have their plus and minus. So whatever we say today is that this system is good, you should not take it for granted. Even if it is RK saying, you should question that. When your real lifetime comes, it may be wrong at that time, right? Because you are the master, because you only can take a decision, because only you know the problems. Like the question that I have asked, you also should ask at that time before taking a decision. Only if the answer comes, yes, you can go ahead. Thank you.
The single piece flow is the same as a pool system. They are same. Single piece
not
flow.
Clear. Question not clear.
Single piece flow and pool system, are they same?
Sir, you have to answer. Shiva.
Sir, question was not clear.
Yes, no, he is asking whether single piece flow is a type of pull system or not.
Yes. Yes.
SMED, no, he's asking.
No,
yes, I am saying it is the one kind of the pull system.
Oh.
Okay.
So we'll give the example. So upcoming slides will come. So the material requirement planning, it is the push system, and just in time is called as the pull system. So this is also one kind of examples of the pull system and push system. So just in time to produce and convey. So what is needed, when it is needed, exactly the amount is needed. So it is called as the just in time. So as I said in the initial slides, so Toyota production system follows the just in time system. So the whatever is required for the particular line, so that material should be available. Now coming to Kanban, it is a scheduling system for lean manufacturing and just in time. So in Japanese, the Kanban is called name it as a signboard. It is a one method to achieve just in time. It is a visual control system that provides some information about the raw material, finished product. So this is the normal Kanban. Looks like the part description, part number, and how much the quantity, what will be the lead time, and who is the supplier. So it is the backbone of the pull system, the Kanban. So it is operated for the controlled using Kanban. So you can see the barcoding level. So this will give the information. So which batch, how much quantity is required, and who are the supplier, and when it is received, and what is the block code number. So this is a physical Kanban card. So it should be placed in front of the bins for easy visualization. So it involves employees in ordering parts and managing inventory. So these are some general operating rules for the Kanban system. So each container must have a card. So one container for one bin. So the assembly line always withdraws material from fabrication through pull system. So the container of part must never be removed from a storage area without a Kanban being posted on the receiving post. So the container should always contain the same number of good parts. The use of non-standard containers or irregularly filled containers disturbs the production flow of the assembly line. Only non-defective parts should be passed along. So some of the basic rules only this thing. So we'll go, if you go for the another example, you can able to achieve better. So the pull system to avoid overproduction. Example, the milk production. So the weekly batch or daily purchase. Next purchase triggered when you start using only bottle of milk you have. So not an example of zero inventory, but still a pull system. Because of demand uncertainty and lead times, in many cases, inventory is necessary and allow for smooth production. So directly I'm coming to the examples, then you have the better understanding. So this is the single e-card Kanban system. There will be the two e-Kanban. So Kanban card for the product 1, Kanban card for the product 2. And this is the fabrication working area. This is the dispatch full containers area and the assembly area. Okay, so let us see how the material will flow. The Kanban card for product 1, it's start flow from the receiving post to the fabrication cell area. So there will do the cell layout. Then it passes to the full containers. Then it passes to the assembly line 1. Okay, so this is the flow of the Kanban card for the product 1. After completing the product 1, then they go for the product 2. So receiving post, fabrication cell, again they go for the full containers and come to the assembly line 2. So they will take one product at one time, they process it and then move it to the dispatch. So like that the flow will get. So this is the typical Kanban card. For better understanding, we are going to play some video.
TP Synergy, electronic Kanban system. Meet Mr.
Sir, we should avoid the wait time also. So if, for example, what you played in the video, so that already that requirement was empty. So what about the wait time?
What about the wait time?
No, if the bin is empty and if it is not filled up, it creates a waiting time. That's your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So waiting is another loss. Again, it's another opportunity for improvement.
Yeah, correct, sir. So before that, the last bin is going to empty, it should be get ordered.
And
Yeah,
the system works like that. The card, it shows the information. There is a limit on that card information, that if a quantity is 20, then after 15 quantities used, the last 5 quantity, within last 5 quantity, the supplier will be informed to refill the container.
Agreed, it should be like that, but that is what we are telling, it is our assumption. But what you are telling, that should be like that.
So
No,
I also want to contribute here. Can I add something?
Yeah, what I feel out of as one of our participant was saying, out of 20, if the basket is filled with the 20 and let us assume 6 been consumed, and the 6 will be an indication for the alternative manufacturing setup to fill it up in the priority, like a buffer penetration.
Yes, you are right. In each bin system, there should be some minimum quantity level. So, okay, once the minimum quantity reach, it automatically triggers. So that kind of system should be there in the respective area.
Agreed.
Somebody wanted slide number 64.
So as Sivakumar sir told, that is one kind of opportunity to improve the process. Okay, so they can put some add-on system. So the add-on system will give the trigger to the respective people to fill the bin. That also can be done.
I will add one more point here. I was talking to you about the quality principles on the first day, around 7 principles. One of them was supplier relation. Understand, right? You must have cordial supplier relations. That is very important here, because the moment you place an order, they will come to know that you are just in time operating. Therefore, it is very urgently required for you. Therefore, I can charge any amount for this product. Yes or no? The supplier can loot us. Therefore, there are 2 things. You will have to have a good cordial relations with him. He should be reliable. And you also should have more suppliers to depend on. If he is dropping you off, then you must go to other supplier. So these are all the things. That's why I said that real life situation will be different and you will have to be careful. Uber surge. Yes, Uber surge. I don't know. Somebody was telling that Uber surge is there. Yeah. Would you come and explain the participant?
Yes, sir. Uber surge. Uber also does that. Uber, as soon as they get to know that there is more of demand, immediately there would be surge applied. So
and they will charge
Uber
more.
Has more
and the rate will increase immediately.
Yes.
At night, 9 o'clock, if I say, then the rate will be different.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It keeps on changing. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Next topic will be the standardized work. So standardized work is the best known method for the manufacturing products at your work site. So whatever improvements we made, whatever the process flow we are followed, that should be get standardized. So once we get standardized, then other people can also to be followed. So Henry Ford introduces the concept of an assembly line and mass production in the year 1913. So these are some of the snaps of the Ford company in the year. So why the standardization required? It's already told. So to standardize method is choose out of many methods the best one and use it. So what is the best way to do a thing? It is a sum of the good ways we have discovered up to the present. So once we standardize, no need to other people to invent it again. So the standardization can be followed by other people also. So the no new invention is required for the every time. So in 1951, Mr. Eiji Toyoda tours the US for 6 weeks to visit factory and observe production. For 3 weeks, he is at Ford Motor Company as a guest of Henry Ford. So Eiji notes that Toyota is behind Ford in many respects and cannot compete on a mass production basis. However, he does believe the emphasis on own unique attributes such as trailer production. So some of the concepts they taken from the Ford, the Toyota system. So then they standardize their work practices. So you can see this picture speaks a lot. So how it gets standardized. So the purpose of standardized work, the document current methods and operating and use it to train new people on how to perform their job. So once we made some work instruction in the respective line, so other people, the new people also can see and make it clear to do their respective job. So no need to train them facetiously. So provide a basis for continuous improvement through the Kaizen. Also, one thing we have to look it out. So once we standardize the document, so we have to review it frequently. So on each review, each and every review only we able to fine tune the document standardization. Then only the improvement we able to achieve. So the three major standardized work forms. One is the process capability chart, operator capability chart, standard work chart. So these are all three are the process flow. So the process capability chart will help us to catch that cycle time. And the operator capability chart will able to achieve their skill levels. And the standard work chart, the process flow. So the
not clear.
Huh? Yes, please.
The voice is not audible, sir.
There are three major standardized work forms. One is talking about the process capability chart, other will be the operator capability and the standard work chart. So process capability chart used to calculate the cycle time and takt time, and the operator capability chart will help us to catch the operator skill level, and the standard work chart will define the process flow. So the standardized work chart, so this will get vary from the organization to organization. So the major steps will capture in the left side, and the right side the process flow has to be captured. And also with the safety, what are the safety equipments is required, and what are the PPEs has to be followed, and what are the critical characteristics that has to be there. So it gets standardized on the respective operation. So some of the examples of the without standardization you can see here. So there was no uniformity between there, so that creates confusion. So once we standardize how to pull it out, then all can save. So the benefits of standardization defines the most efficient sequence of production. So minimize the NVA, identify manpower requirement based on the takt time. So once we done the process chart, process capability, so if you done the cycle time, so we able to find out how much manpower is required for the particular process. So defines and reinforce quality standard. So once we
Hello, sir. Just explain about takt time.
You want the takt time example?
Yes, sir.
We'll explain. So that also one kind of tool I said already, right? So we'll explain in upcoming slides, the takt time, cycle time. So the process time, how to calculate, will explain in the separate session. So that defines and reinforces the quality standards. So how the quality standard has to be deployed in that. Prevents overproduction. We already discussed the overproduction. So allow for easier judgment regarding normal versus abnormal situations. Establishing manufacturing system flexible to accommodate any future changes or improvements. So these are the some benefits of the standardization. The three elements of standardized work. Takt time is time in which a single part is to be produced. Okay, so this is the takt time. So the detailed explanation will given in the next classes for the takt time. So the meaning of the word takt is the peacemaker. So that from that only the word came. And the work sequence, a sequence of work in which operator transform raw material into products. It is a process flowchart, work sequence, and standard WIP in process stock, a minimum quantity of parts that must always be on hand for the processing at your work site. So these are three elements of standardized work. So subjects for standardization: operational method, process method, control method. So the operational method talks about the work instructions and SOP, safety instructions and work policies. Process method talks about the equipment handling, tooling, gauging and conveyance, transportations. And control method is normally talking about the quality controls, machinery maintenance, inspection method and material storages. So documents in manufacturing, so work standards. So normally people all So what are the documents to be there in the manufacturing? Work standards is the work instruction, operational drawing, operation instruction sheet, process condition sheet, quality control, tooling layout drawing. So work study improvement, time study, motion study, work element analysis. This is basically the line balancing thing, work study improvement. And job instruction, so job breakdown sheet, skill matrix, operation instruction sheet. So standardized work, process capability, work combination table, standardized work chart. So these are the some minimum level of documentation that should be there in the manufacturing standardizations. So worksite management, provide training to operator on using work standards and standardized work. So not only giving the training on the working product, also give the training on their how to read the standard and how to deploy the standard in their regular work. That training also required. Assure that operator perform task in accordance with the defined standards. Solicit feedback from operator on effectiveness of standards. So once we get the feedback from the respective operator, then we can fine tune our standards also. Alert engineering and support group of any problem with standards. Revise standards to reflect all changes made. That's I told already. So it should be get review on frequent basis. Then only be able to fine tune the precisionness. Maintain and improve existing standards. So supervisors are expected to manage their areas of responsibility through a use of work standard and standardized work. So it is their responsible. So how to hear the standardization get completed? Any clarification required on the standard part standardization?
Let me come, sir.
I think, yeah.
Let me come, sir. Somebody was asking about talk time, right? Can anyone give me an expansion for talk, T-A-K-T? I do not know, sorry. Talk is not an Indian English word. So let us not ask about what is expansion for talk. Talk time is there, that's all. Now, but I will talk about talk time. Now, suppose I am busy with my activities. I am producing something. I am having an equipment, producing something and selling off. Everything is selling off and every day my equipment is busy. Now, suppose you want an item. You are my customer. You want an item. You want an item in one day. Now, can you tell me what is the time available for me to satisfy you? You are my friend. I will always help you. But still, you are asking for an item which I am making. But my equipments are busy. All my products are being sold every day, whatever I make. Therefore, I have no time available to make my equipment available for making the product that you want. Now, what is the talk time available for me? What is the time available for me? Can I satisfy you, first of all? Can I satisfy you? Can I supply your product? Even though you are my friend, even though you wanted an item that I'm going to manufacture, I can make, but I have no equipment available for making it. I can't satisfy you. Yes or no? I cannot satisfy you. Can I satisfy you?
No.
Because my equipment is busy, no? Because we are in business. You may be my close friend, but when you order for an item which I am going to make and give it to you, but I have no time available, so my talk time is 0 here. Suppose you want I make pen. You want pen from me. I'm going to make a pen. You want 3 pens in 3 days, right? Now, what is the talk time available for me? My equipments are all free. What is the talk time available for me? 1 pen a day. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I can make 1 pen a day and then keep my equipment fully occupied for 3 days and then satisfy you, right? Therefore, this is the rate at which I can make the product to satisfy the customer. Yeah? That is a talk time. Clear? Customer satisfaction is important. So customer demand is there. In order to meet the demand, what is the rate at which I should produce? That is the talk time. Is it clear? Is it clear, sir? So you have a demand and I have the time available. So what is the rate at which I should produce? That is talk time. The time in which I have to produce 1 unit. The time in which I have to produce 1 unit is a talk time. So that you will be satisfied. Right? It's a planned cycle time. Cycle time means time required to produce 1 unit. So that if you want 100 units, I'll have to make 100 units in 1 week means, right? Per week, I'll have to find out. And I'll have to convert this into per working time. It should not be for 24 hours because I'll be working for 6 hours. So I'll have to find out the production rate. That is a talk time. The time, cycle time is called the talk time, so that customer is satisfied. Is it clear? You want an item and then I cannot say that, no, I will give you only next year. If you want an item next week, then I must produce and give it to you next week. So accordingly, I'll have to change my production schedule, see what time I'll have to make 1 unit. That time is called talk time.
The formula is very simple. Time available divided by customer demand. That's all. Time available divided by customer demand. But I think that will be discussed along with the cycle time, lead time, takt time, and throughput time. There are so many time tools related to time is available. I think that will be presented to you together. I think
due to time unavailability, that time was not defined here. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, hello. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you. We want such participants to help us. Thank you.
Sir, nothing but is a capacity, like a capacity.
No, customer satisfaction is very important because the customer wants means that decides the rate at which I'll have to produce. Understand? So customer demand is the denominator. Very important.
The rate with which, the speed with which you should produce to deliver item exactly on the targeted date. The date is targeted by your customer. Yeah. If your cycle time is more than the takt time, your delivery is definitely going to be delayed. The cycle time is actual cycle time is less, then deliveries can happen earlier. All right. I think Siva sir, we can take up the remaining tools later on. I think now if there are any questions, better we can clarify now, and then we'll take up the remaining tools later on. Are there any questions related to the 7 waste or the other tools taught to you with respect to the lead?
So this being a theory subject, it will be difficult to follow also.
After the lunch, yeah. Right. So just to maybe.
Anyway, thank you very much, Shiva sir. You have given a lot of information. Each slide is containing so many informations. But only thing is, all our participants want to know everything, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, the trick of the trade is to show only very little on the PPT, so that everything will be grabbed by the participants. That's Thank you.
All right, I think all of you are looking very tired. Maybe due to the theory session post lunch.
No. I will ask questions. I will not ask questions. I will ask you to tell me at least one jargon what you have learned in the afternoon. What have you understood? What have you understood now? What have you grabbed? One jargon word. Talk time is one jargon word. Understood. Very good. That we have discussed.
7 waste.
Any other term?
7 waste.
Huh?
7 waste.
7 years. No. My question is it really 7S or 8S? 6S or 5S? 5S only now I know.
Yes,
5S only I know. Probably Shivakumar, you can help me.
That is 6X.
Sir, you are talking about waste or yes? Talk one subject at a time. Sir, you are talking about waste. Let us not
7 waste are there. 7 waste. Not I thought yes.
7.
8 waste are there. 8 waste are there. Now one is added.
Yes, sir,
that is non-utilization of the talent. You will have to tell Gopal Shivakumar, use RK's talent. No, he's not using that. He's wasting it. Right? So RK's talent you should use. That is another waste. He is not giving me any time at all. Only half an hour a day. Very, very poor. Right? But still I come. Because I'm an old man, no? Old men never keep quiet. Always disturb. He will keep giving advices as if they know everything. They will not know anything. Right?
Always old is gold, sir.
Thank you. I need supporters. I think I've got 2 supporters so far. One supporter
precious,
already. Now another supporter. Thank you.
More precious. Sir.
I'll give you a separate treat at the end of the course. Right?
Okay.
Influencing. Yeah, any other word? 7 years. And another waste is that the 8th waste is that non-utilization of the talent. Otherwise, timid, you know, all this. Right? Yeah, any other jargon you have learned?
So pull and push.
Pull and push. And pull and push, which is better?
Pull, sir.
Depending
pull,
on the situation, you should tell.
Pull system is always better.
Deliver on demand.
That is why no, I asked you so many problems when you say pull system is better. That is what he also taught you. I'm not trying to offend him. I'm not trying to defend him also. I'm just telling you what I feel. Now in the pull system, only if there is an order, you start making it. Yes or no?
Yes.
When the orders, suppose there is a squirrel going and no electricity comes. Right? Then what will you do? You will suffer. Yes or no? So you need to have an inventory. Both are push system means if you haven't made an inventory, if nobody is buying, then you lose. Right? Therefore, you have to do a balance. Depending upon the situation, you can decide either way. Right? Always we put some money in the bank, no? Everybody will say, why do you put the money in the bank? It is idle. Then give it to me. I will make a product. I will sell. Will I give it? No. Bank is safer than your production. Right? Similarly, you have to take a decision. Keep some money in the bank. Keep some money in the business. That will be better. Always pull and push. You have to pull and push. Right? Sometimes my wife pushes me. Always pushes me. He never pulls. Right? I always pull. The difference between the two genders. Always telling me, go there, do it, go there, do it. I let go do it.
Okay.